Daddy.
Yeah, if we were southbound, this would be the end.
Says, wow, how early
Mexico.
did you start?
Mexico and Canada. Sticking my whole arm in there, my hand.
You scared me.
No, don't stick your bottle in.
Yeah. All right.
Isabel, you want to stick your finger in Mexico? There you go.
Here we go now. Which way do we go from here?
That way.
Down.
We're going to go north. Dog would be proud.
All right, I've officially started, left the monument. We're at the top of that hill, stuck my hand into Mexico, walked down the hill, and here's the first Pct sign. And together, you and I are going to blow this thing up. Are you ready? Here we go. Boom. It begins. And here's a little tiny Pct hiker. Ooh.
Ooh.
All right, here we are at the 1 mile marker. 2,660.4 to go. I think the total's 2661.4. So here we go. Let's blow this thing up together. 1 mile down. Yay. So you're probably sitting there wondering, well, how does it feel? What's going through your mind? And that's a great question. I feel physically like very well. Got good sleep the last few nights and got rested up over the Easter weekend. So that was great. So I feel, physically strong. My pack's really light because I've only got, a day, basically 1 day's worth of food. And I'm not packing for hiker hunger, just some food. Anyway, family came out. Halo, Gigi, and Flash came and did the first mile with me. So that is done. They are now gone, and I am alone in the Mexican Southern Californian desert. Look at the rocks. And the Pct definitely parallels some roads here for a while. What's going through my mind? That's a very good question. I suppose the answer is going to be boring, because on a long distance run, if I'm going out to run, 8, 10, or 13 miles or whatever, I just zone out and I just do it. I don't really think about a lot. And I suppose my whole journey on the Appalachian Trail was the same way. I just hike, don't really think about a lot. But this, at the start of a 5.5 month journey, of course it would seem overwhelming if you thought about the end. So I'm just hiking to Lake Morena is all I'm doing, which is 20 miles. And so I'm thinking now about going to the first water source, which is 4.2 or something. And I'm going to stop there and drink some water and then go to 6.6. And that's where I'll tank up with water and decide from there where I'm going to spend the night. But anyhow, it's exciting to be out here. It's beautiful. It's neat. The sun is sure intense. For those of you that watched my gear video, my FKT attempt at a Pct gear list, I added some sun gloves and a sun buff. to my gear list, and they are super light, but feel good, keeping the sun off of my skin. So that's what I've added. I took out my Smart Wool buff and my thin gloves because the weather forecast is really warm, you know, for the next couple days at night, so don't need those. So I'm guessing my pack weight right now with a day's food and 2.7 liters of water is only around 16 pounds. Maybe, I don't even know if it's that. It might be 15 or something. It's not much. It's really light. Look at the scenery. I'm away from the road. I've crossed it, and I'm in now what's more like the desert. So it's pretty cool. So I'm excited. I'm not like crazy excited. I'm not scared. I'm not nervous. I'm just going hiking. I don't think I mentioned earlier that it is April 23rd, and I actually started walking north at 8:40. 20 minutes to 9 was when I started. It's infamous railroad tracks. Everybody films. I tell you what, it has been neater than I imagined. Going through a little, just crossed like a little, kind of like a creek down in that valley, but it was back over there. Anyhow, there was some water there, but I didn't stop. I think I'm about 3 miles in. One thing that, for those of you that are just joining us and have not been a part of Not By Sight before, I am legally blind. So I have a type of macular degeneration, and it's caused me to lose my central vision and have blind spots and very, very low acuity. Anyhow, that means I go slower and I can't see my phone and the apps on my phone very well. So it makes it very challenging. And we've got everything enlarged. Well, looks like on Gut Hook, I can't hit my location because it's off the screen because of the enlarged deal. So I'm gonna have to like sit down in the shade and try to see if I can back down the enlarged portion and get where I can hit my location on the Gut Hook app. For those of you that don't know, that is basically like a map for the trail you're on. In this case, the PCT, and it's like a GPS. You can hit it and it'll tell you where you're at, whether you're on trail or off trail, and how far to the next whatever, water, tent site, you know, things like that, landmark. So it'll tell you exactly where you're at. Very important for me with my low vision. So right now, it doesn't really work. That's okay. Had not seen another soul yet since I actually stepped foot on the trail. There was 2 volunteers at the beginning, and then we saw a bunch walking down the road as we drove to the monument. So hopefully we'll catch up to some other hikers at one of the watering holes and get to chat. Coming up to a beautiful stream, 4.4 miles. It's 10:15, so hour and a half or something. Beautiful. Look at that. I don't intend to film this much in the coming days, but dang, would you look at that? Just came from down there, going up over a pretty steep little mountain or whatever you call these things here, but there's a decent breeze. The sun's pretty warm. I'm a little bit sweaty, just a little, but there's a pretty decent breeze, which is very nice. And I actually stopped for the first time right back behind me and sat on a rock in the shade for about 2 minutes, and I played with my settings on my phone and got where I could read Gut Hook, and so that makes me feel better. I'd gone 5.3 miles so far in exactly 2 hours, so a little over 2.6 miles an hour with the family starting. And plan is to stop at the 6.6. There's pretty reliable water right now. I'm going to stop there and camel up a little bit and eat a spot of lunch. All right, made it to the 6.6 mile mark, and a stream here coming through and a bunch of hikers piled in. I sat up in the shade up there and ate some lunch, drank about a liter of water. It's about a little before 12, 11:30 or whatever. I'm getting ready to, been here for 30 minutes or so, get ready to hike out. It's my first little animal. I don't know what it is. Wildlife on the PCT. He's gonna hike with me. Hi, buddy. Yeah, he's gonna be my guide. Show me the way. Huh. All right, see ya. I've never been to the moon, but parts of this, it's what it would remind me of. Right there. All right, well, I think we're around 10 miles or so for the day, and I've been hiking with these fine folks for a little bit, and I know a lot of you viewers love the hiker interviews, so I thought these guys are going to be the very first ones for 2019 PCT. So let's start with you over here. Tell us, what's your name?
I'm Phil.
And where are you from?
East Tennessee, Maryville.
All right, and what in the world would make you want to come out in the desert and try to kill yourself?
Why not? See something different, gorgeous views. I've always wanted to do a thru hike, and I live on the East Coast, so I wanted to see what it is on the West Coast.
Very, very cool. And we got a nice spot, by the way, like breeze is blowing. So what about you in the middle?
I'm Dave. I'm from Modesto, California.
Okay.
There we go. You want the same question?
Sure, start with that.
Give me another one if you want.
No, why would you want to come out and try to die as a crispy critter in the desert?
I'm not a hiker by norm, but I love adventure. And so I've done some trips around Europe and some different things like that. I'm usually on a motorcycle. And so I think the spirit of adventure for me, I've had the thought of doing this for almost 20 years. And I'm 54, so I figured I was running out of time. And it's time to probably do it. And when I told my wife that, she said, well, if you don't do it now, when? I think you should do it. So
wow.
Another adventure.
Very, very good. Yep. All right. Last but not least, what about you over here?
Hey, I'm Laura, and I'm from Maryville, Tennessee. I'm Phil's wife. So I have been a day hiker and done a little bit of backpacking, but he's gotten me more into adventurous trips, I guess, like this. So I thought I'm young, and what better time to do it than now? So.
Absolutely. All right. What about, like, what would be your number one, let's say, fear for the trail? Like, what's the thing that concerns you the most?
For me, it's probably the cold, just because I know that I tend to have some issues with circulation, so blood circulation. So for me, it's just the really cold temps, the Sierra section. Like I've seen photos, and I know it's gorgeous and it's gonna be thrilling, but just the cold, I guess.
Okay.
Snow out there kind of scares me a little bit.
I've got a very warm quilt myself. I don't like to be cold. Cool. Well, it's been really good hiking with you guys, and hopefully we'll get to hang out some more. All right, so that's Border Patrol flying by. Can't see them. Anyway, we're down at Hauser Canyon. So this is Hauser Creek right over there and Hauser Canyon. And it is a very beautiful, like a little oasis for sure. Very nice. What's up? So got some new friends and lots of hikers around here. This is just one section.
Hi, I'm Erin.
Erin, where are you from?
Boston area.
Okay, very nice. What made you want to come out and hike the Pacific Crest Trail?
I mean, why wouldn't you? It's been gorgeous so far. It's only gonna get better.
Okay,
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
All right, well, left Hauser Canyon, got there at 4 and left at 5. Drank a liter, topped off some bottles, and Super Trooper Dave back there and I are hiking out, heading north, and I assume I'll go to the camper. 4.7 miles. So problem is, a good chunk of it is up real high. Look at the view. It's amazing.
Pretty nice.
Yep. So Hauser Canyon was about 15.5 miles, and the Morena's 20. So,
Oh. Yeah.
What?
Snake.
Oh, you're kidding.
See him?
Nope, let me flip the camera around.
Killed right here.
See a rattle or no?
I think so. Yeah, he is. He's a little one.
I've heard a lot of little ones. That's bad.
Yeah.
All right, well, there's the first rattlesnake.
Hey, so that's good that blindness kind of kept you from being scared.
Well, I don't know about keep me from being scared is as good as seeing them getting away.
I tell you, I didn't see him right away either.
Well, that's now like Dave's seen 2, Phil saw 2, Sacco saw 1, guy in the duplex behind where I was laying had seen 1. There's a pack of rattlesnakes out here.
Hey.
Mother Reed and Mimi, don't y'all worry. My legs are so dirty, the snake would like
Probably didn't see you.
not bite me. Yeah, he may not even see me. Dumb things. I've heard about a lot of little ones, which is not good because they get their venom in you. Doug Lynch, there's your first rattler from Irwin, Tennessee. All right, there's Lake Morena. Beautiful sunset. It's 7 o'clock. What do you think?
We're almost there, man. We're almost there. Bad idea, but we're almost there.
There you go.
It's all right.
Bad idea, but almost there. Ugh. Climbing up out of Hauser Canyon was very steep, especially the first like 2 miles of it. And the sun was hot, brutal, and I was not feeling well. We stopped and Dave gave me some Mio with electrolytes, and I put an electrolyte tablet in a bottle, and it was like magic. The sun got a little lower, and I got a little bit of that in me, and man, I'm definitely wiped out. I'm out of energy, but that was good. All right, well, maybe you can tell I am not in my Plexamid. I am in our cruise light. So that means I made it the 20 miles to Lake Morena to meet back up with Halo and the littles. So I would not recommend doing that when you haven't been hiking. Don't do that 20-mile stretch. The climb out of Hauser is legit, and it was hot and very exposed, but like all challenging things, the feeling of accomplishment at the end is great. So I feel good. I definitely feel better because I took a shower, and that makes Halo very happy. So when Halo's happy, this whole channel is happy. So anyhow, I had a real supper, a couple brats and some yummy stuff, and my new friend Dave is camping here with us, and so the plan is for us to hike out together in the morning, and he may go farther than I want to go. I'm only going to do 10 or 12-ish something, or I don't even know what I'm going to do in the morning. So stay tuned and you'll find out with me.